Good morning, honey.
Hi.
It's Sunday, and I want to talk about religion. I know. I know, but
Well,
we have to have this conversation because
we're gonna gain a few of you. We're gonna lose a lot of you.
everybody doesn't know how well educated you and I are about this. We don't just talk about this in the side of our necks. We've lived through it. We've lived through things. We've studied this. You have been an avid. You've spent some time studying this stuff.
I find religion fascinating because I'm not religious at all. I'll no offense to anybody. I'm not here to shit on anybody's beliefs. Whatever gets you through the day. It's nonsense to me. And I look at it through more of a historical lens because I'm fascinated by history and how we got to where we are, and I see a lot of cycles that continuously repeat themselves. And if you go back through time, most religions started out of a lack of understanding. Meaning we didn't have a telescope to see what was going on in space. So we didn't understand why the sun came up every day, and we didn't understand why the stars were where they were in the sky. And if lightning struck the ground and lit a burning bush on fire, we didn't understand that. So there's all these things that we didn't understand, and the human brain loves bookends. It loves a beginning, a middle, and an end. It needs that. That's why when people have relationships that break up, they need closure. The human brain wants to make sense of things. That's why you see these people that believe in all these conspiracy theories, because they don't have an answer. So the human mind creates an answer. And that kind of, to me, is what religion has always been, is looking for an answer to a question that might not really have an answer, that you can't know. You can believe, and I consider myself agnostic. I'm open to the possibility. I do not think there's a God. I do not think there's a God, because I don't know. And if you really want to drill down, neither do you. You can't. You can say, I've studied, I believe, I know, but you don't know. You can't know, and I can't know. So I'm open to the possibility. I also think, and this is controversial, I think a lot of religion comes from potentially alien encounters. That maybe there are people in the stars that have visited us. People talk about seeing angels or seeing God float down from the heavens. If you're some dirt farmer in 0th century BC who doesn't know anything about anything, and you see something fly across the sky, yeah, you're probably gonna think that's God. So there's a lot of interesting theories. There's ancient alien theory. There's theories about mushrooms that a lot of ancient religions sparked from just people tripping balls. I've read up on a lot of these different theories and things, and I think religion has become weaponized in a way to subjugate people and control people. Like back in the day, who wrote the Bible? When people say God wrote the Bible, well, not really. God told people what to write, and people told other people what to write, and so on and so on and so on over time. And who really wrote the Bible and controlled what made the cut, so to speak, were often kings and rich people. So they had a vested interest in the game.
To control people.
Exactly. Well, to keep you, to provide you with just enough answers to keep you happy, but keep you where you were. To not uprise, to not outpace meekness, meagerness, all this, the meek will inherit the earth. And all that is just to keep you just where you are. And you see that today. Now you have people who have co-opted religion completely. You have people like Trump and the Republican Party, and they go on and on about pro-life and this and that. Yeah, they want you to have the kid. But what happens once you have the kid? Nothing. You're on your own. So can you really say you're pro-life? You have churches full of people right now. It's 10 o'clock on a Sunday. You have millions of people sitting in churches, driving on their way to church, driving away from church, that their whole reason they vote Republican is they're single issue voters. They're pro-life. But those same people will leave church today and not tip their server when they go out to eat. Isn't it pro-life to give someone money to make sure they can afford a decent living? They'll vote against universal health care because they don't want their taxes to go up. Isn't it pro-life that someone would have health care? Isn't it pro-life that someone has daycare? So these people have just, they pick and choose and pick and choose and pick and choose of what they like and what they don't like about their particular religion. And religions are just cults that made it over the line. And that's where we are today too with the whole MAGA thing. It's a cult. You have a charismatic leader. You're told to cut people off. You're told that you're the victim, that you have no power, that you have to fight for your power, that people are out to get you, that you shouldn't deal with your family, or they don't know, or there's some bigger truth that these people can't see that you have the inside track on. It's a cult. So I'm not anti-religion. I think a lot of people use it for good. I think, if you need something to hold on to and it gets you through the day, that's a good thing. But I think a lot of it's been bastardized and co-opted and weaponized in a lot of senses to keep poor people down or keep minorities in certain places. Look, if you're not...
And there's so many people who have come out of cult-like religions, like myself, who've had to dig themselves out of the trauma.
Sure. Well, yeah, you get cut. They teach you to be isolationist. They teach you to cut yourself off. They teach you that people just don't understand. They're making fun of you because they don't understand, or they're being mean to you because they don't understand. We have the answers, and they're just jealous, or they don't know. It's the same thing that Trump does. It's create this other. It's, So, in general, look, I know this is kind of rambly or whatever, and I could talk about this for 100 years, but I think...
And we can do more.
You have to be wary when someone promises you answers. And religion promises answers that it really can't deliver. So, if you use it to be a good person, great. If you're in a cult, maybe examine that.
I agree. Thanks, babe.
Yeah.